Alright, so this question reads, an administrator must assign parking spaces to 6 new employees, R, S, T, V, X, and Y. Each of the 6 employees must be assigned one of the following parking spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. No 2 employees can be assigned the same parking space. The following rules govern the assignment of parking spaces. Alright, so we have our employees, R, S, T, V, X, Y, and we have our parking spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's go to our rules. Rule number 1, Y must be assigned a higher numbered parking space than T. So, since the higher parking spaces are to the right, we're going to draw this T before Y. So that means Y is not first and T is not sixth. Rule number 2. X must be assigned a higher numbered parking space than S. So we have S before X. X is not first, S is not sixth. Rule number 3. R must be assigned a higher numbered parking space than Y. So Y before R. R is not first, Y is not sixth. And rule number 4, R must be assigned parking space 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that means R is basically not 5th or 6th. So not R and not R. And so if you notice, we can actually combine rule 1 and 3 to look like this. T before Y before R. So that means R has T and Y before it, meaning R can't be first or second. Likewise, T now has Y and R after it, so T can't be sixth or fifth. And we know that Y can't be first or last because Y has T before it and Y has R after it. So that means the only thing that can be sixth is either V or X. And the last thing I want you to notice is R. R can't be first, second, fifth, or sixth. So that means R is either going to be third or fourth. So since we have R in either 3 or 4, let's write those options out. So we have our first option with R in 3. We know that forces T here, Y here, and then we're left with S, X, and V. We know S is before X, so that means X can't be fourth. So this is either V or S, and since we know S can't be sixth, this is going to be V or X. Now, we also know R can be fourth, so we have option 2, where R is fourth. So here our TY gets a little tricky. We can have either TY in 1, 2, or we can have a third option, TY in 1, 3, and R is fourth. And we also have a fourth option with TY in 2 and 3, and R is still fourth. So in all these options, we know VX is sixth. We know since X has to be after S, here we have VS, and then here we have VS. And remember, we also have our VS here, because remember again, X has to be after S, so X can't be third in our second option because there'd be no place for S to go. So we have our 4 options that, though took us a little bit extra time to write out, is going to save us a ton of time on the questions. So now we have our deductions, our rules, and our setup. Let's go ahead and hit the questions.